Howdy people. Okay, today I've got a fairly gnarly one, and it's been a little while coming. I've wanted to do this one for a good year and a bit. It's a chocolate Bhutlah DM. It's a cross by Dave Miner, and you'd know that I've done a couple of Bhutlahs before. I grew the SM last year, which was Stephen McLaren's cross, and I actually just picked one just a minute ago, so you can see the difference between the two. Nice big pods, but it's a little bit different, and I really found this one, the SM, was fire, absolute fire. I did get an orange variation of it last year as well, and I reviewed them both together, the two SMs together, and this one was definitely a little bit hotter than the orange variation I got, but fantastic pods. But today it's all about this one, Bhutlah Chocolate DM. Okay, now we know it's a ghost or Bhutlah, Butchalokia crossed with a 7-pot douglah, hence the name Bhutlah. Well, I reckon it's time. Wow, straight around the mouth. But one thing I forgot to say was the smell of this. Really pungent smell. Really floral. Perfumey. Again, it was like a very ripe fruit. Maybe even the smell of one that's just gone a bit too far and it's a bit overripe. But super strong smell. Could smell it from back here, but even in the wind. Had a nice thick skin to it. This what this SM does as well, but again they're very different shapes. The two pods had a few seeds in it, not too many. I mean, it wasn't a cluster so much as it was growing right down the center. Full on fire around the mouth. I mean, I'm getting it up in the top of the side of my lip as well. Top of the tongue, really incendiary. And I don't usually get it on the inside of my cheeks, but I'm getting it on the inside of my cheeks as well. Drool starting to come. Straight up for me, powders. Okay, now it's making its way on the outside of my lips. Geez, it's all going on here. Flock of birds above me. As far as taste goes, I guess, like I said, a smoked powder is what I would use them for. Very strong flavour, very florally, maybe even a touch earthy as well. Absolute fire. Is it as hot as the SM? Oh, they're definitely on par. I know that people have said the DM is definitely the hotter one. It's a bit hard to tell when they really turn into fire like this. They're both extremely hot. Is it as hot as a Reaper? I know a lot of people say that, these ones were challenging Reapers as far as heat goes, but the truth is they're a really different type of heat. I've got it in the throat, but it's not bad. It's not really cooking back on my throat. This is more front of mouth, and like I said, it's got me right on the inside of my lips. Is really going off. Plenty of drool. It's just starting to track its way down. I can feel it going into my gullet. Yeah, when I actually like the flavour of the orange variation I got. I grew about 4 of the plants last year, and 3 had the very much like this shape, although this is a bigger pod than I seemed to grow last year. And this one is from the seeds from one of those. But the orange one was not quite as hot as the chocolate one, and it had a little bit nicer flavour too, a little bit sweeter. Wow, that's fire, man. That is really hot. I can already tell it's, you know, this is nine and a half out of about 9 out of 10. Top of the tongue, even a bit of the sides of the tongue's glowing, but it's you know, where I'm really getting it is up inside my top of my lip, all over burn. I mean, there's nowhere in my mouth that's not you know, glowing at the moment. From what I understand, the DM Dave Miner was growing it out, and he did get a variation to orange as well, and then I think he kept growing it out, and then one of his plants reverted back to a chocolate one, and that's where this DM came from. I'm not entirely sure. If you want to put that in the comments, that'd be great. I'd like to know a bit more about it. But look, fantastic heat. I mean, you just can't beat it. It's just, and it doesn't have that mustiness of the Reaper. I'd say a far better taste. You know, I just can't wait to see where these go. You know, these getting crossed with new other varieties, and you know, where the flavours, heats, and all the other attributes will be going. All right, heat out of 10, 9 to 9.5 out of 10. I'd say it's an incredibly hot pod. Is it as hot as the SM? Well, I think they're definitely on par. It's just a little bit hard to tell. I think the last one I reviewed, I did after I did the orange one and the chocolate one in the same review, so a little bit hard to tell, but yeah, fantastic pod. I definitely recommend it. And big thanks to my mate Ronnie who sent me the pod. I forgot to mention that. Absolute legend. I really look forward to doing another review in the chili review, which you can find on YouTube. The chili review with Ronnie. Thanks very much, mate. Really appreciate the pods. All right. Fantastic, people. Have an excellent day. I'll catch you later.